everybody. Today we will discuss about India. It's an interesting topic because India, officially the Republic of India, is a country in South Asia. India is the seventh largest country by area, the second most population country with over 1.2 billion people. With 28 states and 7 union territories, India is the most populous democracy in the world.
India is the most diverse in terms of language and religion. With 325 languages spoken and 1,652 dialects, India government recognized 22 languages, which is the maximum that any other country in the world, and India is the largest English-speaking nation in the world. Over 2.5 million graduates are out to the workforce every year, with large proportion English speaking. Every year, India gives world maximum number of engineers, especially in IT and doctor. India currency is INR, Indian rupees, and now exchange rate from INR to USD is 62.7. And INR to IDR, which is Indonesia rupiah, is 189.5. Indian consumers are culture-oriented in the sense that they conform to culture to expectation of society. The core value of Indians is family orientation, saving orientation, invest money in the gold is a key factor. A festival, because India is the land where spiritual is in the roots India. The competitive advantage of India first. India is the second largest human resources in the world, world-class recognition in IT, biotechnology, and space. It's an interesting combination world-class talent that can speak English and strong technological expertise. Professor from Harvard University, Lawrence Summers, saying that like people study political science, public health, economic, law, and medicine, students in Harvard will now study India as a subject. What is important on infrastructure? First, is for raise productivity, ability to work, size of the market, economic development include FDI. But now, India just invests only 5% of its GDP on infrastructure. With prediction, India can become third biggest economy in the world after a few decades from now.
So, to achieve that, India have to boost in infrastructure investment, and if it can be profit, it will give impact for business. And the question is, what is the best business to be developed in India today? And the last question to ask before starting a business is, can I make money in this industry?
To analyze the macroeconomy in India, we could use several simple economical data, like their GDP, how fast is their growth, like their per capita GDP, income GDP, their interest rate, inflation, and exchange rate. Even their wage policy and unemployment level, how their bureaucracy and taxing system could also help to predetermine the potential of doing business in India.
Here is showed the data about India GDP year by year, how in the last 10 years they grow rapidly. In this period of year, India GDP had reached $1,841 billion. This point almost reached the previous years for $1,872 billion. These tables show how India economic production has increased. This increasing GDP, even though not the sole factor, could be used as a lead to a higher buying ability of the people in the country. From the graph above, we could see how could India maintain their GDP growth rate in the positive score. Next, we could see the India GDP growth per capita graphic. This graphic tells us that the total GDP growth is synchronized with the per capita growth, which means that the GDP growth is not driven by the country's large population. This graph shows that the ability to buy of the Indian people is increasing year by year. And next, from the GDP components graphic above, we could see that the GDP score based on the components. The majority of the components in the India GDP is in consumer spending. These results shown that the economy of India was majorly supported in the spending of their people. So the country could be categorized as a highly consumptive country.
Well, that is for GDP analysis. We could now see that India is indeed economically growing, as the people say. Their per capita GDP is also increasing, so will their ability to buy. Next, we will analyze some other factors that could explain their potential.
From the graph above, shown the Indian rupees to US dollars exchange rate were weakening. The price of Indian rupees in the exchange market increasing from 57.2 to 62.5. Thus, the Indian government should prevent this weakening while using the opportunity to increase their export quantity. The Indian government probably will increase their interest rate to absorb their money back that currently circulate in the market. The next graph showed the Indian rupees to Indonesian rupiah exchange rate. The rate was shown an opposite result. The price of Indian rupees is increasing from 175.1 to 182.9. This situation could prove as an opportunity for us Indonesian to exporting our competitive goods, as the price of our product in India will be cheaper. But this India consumption rate is also promising. This situational could be concluded from another several analyses like the inflation rate. The next analysis is inflation rate. From the data shown that the inflation rate of India will continue to rise since the end of June to the end of this year. The phenomenon shows the consumption of the Indian people is increasing. The increasing of their inflation rate is proof enough to conclude that. And then, unemployment rate. The unemployment rate in India has dropped to 3.8% in early 2012. The phenomenon could be the reason of the increasing inflation of the country. This concludes the buying ability of the Indian people had been increasing in the current year. So the outcomes law is happened in the India current increasing inflation. Okay, the interest rate. The graph of the interest rate above of India shown that the government have taken attempt to increase the consumption of their people by decreasing their interest rate. But this attempt had impacted on the inflation score, so they increased their interest rate again to the score about 7.6 to make people saving their money more. This attempt was taken to suppress the inflation and stabilize their exchange rate, which has been dropped as was explained before. The bureaucracy in Indian systems. There are several regulations about export and import in India. We could not just jump and sell our product in other country. The example of regulation are Import-Export Policy, year 1997 to 2002. And the second is Handbook of Procedure, Standard Input-Output Norms, year 1997 to 2002, and ITS, or Classification of Import and Export Items. The tax system of India is considered high, as our tax system in our country is rated for 25%, and in India their tax system is about 33.99%. For the wage policies, India is one of the countries with unique wage policies. India have about 1,200 minimum wage policies, which were regulated differently in each region and differently for each skillfulness of the employee. So, If you are about to expanding business in India, please be aware of the local regulation and policies. In this case, let's see Delhi wage policies, how they differ their amount of wage based on the qualification of the workers and the type of their jobs.
Well, that's all for the macroeconomic analysis of India. What product is the best to market in India? To determine that, you have to analyze the import and export data, both India and our beloved country, Indonesia.
India's are consuming all the palm oil produced in Malaysia and Indonesia. India is the largest importer and consumer in edible oils in the world, and the country imports nearly 3 million tons of palm oil annually from Malaysia and by Indonesia. India per capita consumption is growing at an average 5% annually and is estimated at 13.5 kg this year.
This graphic shows India export and import. You can see India's top 10 import items in 2012. The largest import products in India are fuel, oil, and processes. But if Indonesia want to invest there, palm oil is the best choice because it includes to the top 10 import items in India, and Indonesia have strong palm oil production. India is dependent on palm oil import for over 16% of its annual edible requirement. There has been a sharp rise in the import of palm oil into the country during the post-1998 period. There is India import of vegetables oil. Rising consumption of palm oil in India is mainly attributed to its price competitiveness, among several of its competing oil is being made through increasing import. The import is mainly through the ports of Kandla, Kakinada, Kolkata, Mangalore, Mundra, Mumbai, and Chennai. Indonesia is the world's largest producer and exporter of palm oil and is producing about 48% of the world's supply of palm oil. Indonesia is the second largest world producer of palm oil, producing approximately 30% of world palm oil volume.
In this part, I will explain about import and export of palm oil in India, how profitable it is and who's the competitor for Indonesia, and also the prospect of palm oil in the future. This graph shows the amount of import of palm oil by India. The graph shows that the majority of palm oil importers are Indonesia and Malaysia. We can see the comparisons between our country and Malaysia production of crude palm oil, but each year, the import of Indonesia are declining and import of Malaysia are increasing. What is the cause? The decreasing of Indonesia's palm oil import is shown on this graph. The operating cost of palm oil per ton from Malaysians and Indonesia is different. Malaysians could produce palm oil with lower price than we could even though their production capacity is lower than ours. Fortunately, their production hampered by limitation of land. This shown that Malaysia could manage their production better than Indonesia. So, Indonesia should focus in their cost management and advance through the economics of scale in palm oil production. This graph shows the production cost and profit of palm oil from 23 samples, how the profits are different from each samples, but the profit is still generated of positive margins. Averagely, the profit margins are ranged between 10 until 25%, so this business is somewhat profitable. In this last graph shows the average seasonal yield of palm oil. From this graph, we can conclude that the most profitable season is from March to May, and the lowest one happens in September and October. This graph shows the history and forecasted edible oil and crude palm oil and edible oil consumption by the world. We could see that each year edible and crude palm oil consumption are increasing, and they are still forecasted to grow until 2015.
So let me summarize our analysis from beginning to the end. India is the second largest population in the world and one of the most potential countries for investing. India's economy is growing and the country is potentially high in consumption. This is shown by increasing GDP and employment rate. In the meantime, the exchange rate of rupee to rupiah is strengthening, and products from Indonesia will be cheaper in India. We can hope for more consumption of Indonesian products in India. Indonesia will have advantage in exporting their products to India. One of Indonesia product that potential to be exported to India is palm oil. Indonesia have strong palm oil production which account for 48% of production of palm oil. On the other hand, India, the world leading buyer of palm oil, have 80% of their cooking oil import on palm oil.
Why we choose India? India is the world's largest importer of edible oil and is likely to remain so in foreseeable future. Large population, steady economic growth, and stagnant domestic production contribute to India's increasing import. Why we choose palm oil? There are several reasons. The first is big profit margin while the product is simple to produce. Large and increasing demand, with India as the largest consumer of palm oil. Crude palm oil production costs in Indonesia are the lowest worldwide. Higher rates of productivity compared to other edible oil. Recently rising price from $755 to $1,100 per metric ton. Competitive advantage of Indonesia. India was the largest palm oil consumer, but their production is very low. Palm oil price from Indonesia already have lower price than the Indian counterpart. Rupee strengthening to rupiah mean that the palm oil price are even more lower. This should be the competitive advantage of Indonesia. This table shows the summary of palm oil production in India and Indonesia. We can see the difference is very high. Palm oil production in India doesn't seem to grow, but in Indonesia, the growth is very fast. So, the conclusion for our analysis is that we can invest palm oil product in India.
Hi! We are from
Sindikatri,
Oki,
Tanya,
Gita, Banu,
And Stephen.
Thank you for watching us and thank you for being part of us. Thank you, Mr. Anggoro.
thank you for Google.
thank you for YouTube,
Thank you for the internet.
And thank you for Apple product.
Bye!
bye. See you.